Hi everyone, Permanent Makeup by Gwendoline here. We're having a little bit of a fireside chat today. We've got winter in South Africa just starting, so we're having a fireside chat in front of our flower feature wall. I've got with me the lovely Sherry, who happens to be a friend and a previous client. I've previously done her eyebrows as well as her eyeliners. And today we invite you to pop on and ask any questions either during the video or after, and we'll do our best to answer them. So over to Sherry.
Hi Gwendoline, thank you very much for having me here. Sorry, we just have someone that's arrived
At the door.
at the door.
Did you halt it?
I can't.
It won't, you don't have to publish it to page.
It's live.
Oh, it's live. Sorry about that, we actually just had someone entering. Thanks Gwen for having me here. I am a previous client and friend, and I just want to talk a little bit about how much easier my life has become, because I am a single mom and I am an entrepreneur, and I am always busy. In the mornings especially, to try and get my little one ready for school, I don't have time to put makeup on. But luckily, I have got permanent eyeliner done, and I've got my eyebrows done. I'm a very light-haired person that struggles with disappearing brows. So at least in the morning now, I have brows and I have permanent eyeliner. So it suits my lifestyle that all I need to do in the morning is just put mascara on and then I can go. So I love my eyeliner, I love my eyebrows, and I love the fact that it's just made my life so much easier. I think I got my eyeliner and my eyebrows done maybe even a year ago. So loving it, and I'm pleased to be here, and I'll also have a couple of questions for you regarding permanent makeup. So I'd like to start with my first question, if you're ready for it.
Sure, I'm just going to hand the phone back to our lovely Bella, who's our videographer today. And yeah, don't forget to pop your questions down the bottom. Hi Marlene, we're happy to have you on here with us. All right, Sherry.
Okay, so just I think the most common question that everybody wants to know, is permanent makeup painful?
So permanent makeup certainly can be very painful. Without the proper anesthetics, it will be very painful. Even if you're using cheap anesthetics, like your EMLA, those do not work nearly as well. You cannot even compare them to the proper imported, really effective anesthetics. We use Master as our initial anesthetic. It is almost a 10% effective ingredient, and yeah, our clients are comfortable from A to Z. Once we start the procedure, we then switch over to our magical epigel, which contains lidocaine, tetracaine, and a minuscule amount of epi, which is the vasoconstrictor. So it also sees to stopping any little superficial bleeding that may occur during the microblading process or the permanent makeup process. So to answer your question, Sherry, yes, permanent makeup can be very painful. But if you use the proper, expensive, very effective topical anesthetics, it doesn't need to be. And I'd also like to make another point. Where a client experiences a lot of pain, you will have excessive swelling and bruising, and neither is necessary.
Well, I must say that even though I've asked you that question, I've experienced it myself, and I was very scared to get my eyebrows and my permanent eyeliner done, but I felt zero pain, and I was comfortable throughout the procedure, and the after procedure as well. I didn't experience any pain. It was very comfortable. So I must say, from just my point of view, that even thinking it would be painful, it definitely was not painful at all, especially with the numbing cream that you used. So thank you for that.
Excellent. I'm glad it was so effective for you.
Okay, just want to know, well, for other clients as well, how long does eyeliner actually last, the permanent eyeliner?
Sherry, eyeliner is going to last a really long time, longer than any of the other procedures. Again, it depends on the type of eyeliner that's being done. The powdery eyeliners will gradually fade from the top section over time, but your more solid eyeliners will actually last for a very long time. Mine were done 19 years ago, nearly 20 years ago, and even though they have faded a little bit, they are still there. So eyeliners probably last the longest out of all the permanent makeup procedures.
Okay, well then, while we're talking about the other procedures as well, so then how long would microblading last? How long would microshading last?
Microblading typically is implanted quite superficially in the skin. Therefore, it's actually going to last slightly shorter than your other permanent makeup procedures. Eyebrows, microblading eyebrows, you can expect about a year out of microblading. Some clients, you know, those that are sun worshippers, enjoy the outdoors, don't perhaps use as much SPF protection, it'll last a little bit less. Also for those who buff the skin and go for regular peels and this kind of thing, it would last obviously a little bit less. But for people who really take care of them, it can even last 18 months. When it comes to shading, you'll get a little bit longer out of it, maybe up to 2 years.
Okay, great. And then we'll have to also ask the question, how long does lip procedures last?
Lips, once again, it depends on the technique that's used to implant the pigment. Lips will last anywhere from 1 year to 5 years. It once again depends on the habits of that person, and whenever you're working in the skin, it's never an exact science, never. Everyone's body makeup, their blood, everything is different and unique to each and every single person. So it stands to reason that, you know, each one, it'll last differently. Also, if you're wanting a really vibrant, fresh color, you'd need to refine it or do a color boost more often. If you're happy with more of a blush and a soft muted tone, you'll do it less often.
Great, thank you for that. And then just on more of a personal note, how long have you been in the permanent makeup industry?
I've been doing permanent makeup. In December will be 20 years. And I can tell you, Sherry, that I've always taken it very, very seriously. I've said many, many times that I'm not in competition with anyone, and I really mean that. However, I compete with myself. My aim and my motto is I want to do better today than I did yesterday. So by better, I mean more perfect, more everything. I want it to be exceptional every single day. And that is how I live, you know, motivated on an ongoing basis. And I eat, sleep, and breathe permanent makeup. It's really my life. It's the passion that runs in my veins. And I have attended many, many, many trainings. I've probably got, I don't know, well over 20 certificates. But certificates are nothing, Sherry. It's how you take the information that you are taught and practice and interpret it and translate it into the skin. And yeah, I just love it.
Great, thank you for that. So, I mean, with your skills and your experience, I'm sure everybody's wanting to know as well, do you offer training?
We do offer training, and our training is a bit different from everyone else. I was one of the first people in South Africa to offer permanent makeup training in what I call silos. And by silos, I mean you first start with microblading. Our microblading is the first topic that I taught in South Africa, and it's my baby. We brought microblading to South Africa, in 2014 I think it was, and started training it the following year. And that is my passion, and I love training microblading. It's an extremely comprehensive course. After microblading, we recommend you go onto the silo of eyeliners. After you've learned and really mastered eyeliners, then we recommend you move on to the silo of lips, and so on and so on. And yeah, there are many people doing microblading today. Be careful, guys, do your homework. We had a student that came to our door and she said she'd already paid someone for a microblading class, and on the day when she rocked up to go and attend her training, there was no one there. The place never existed, and she'd actually paid already. So her parents helped her, and she paid again and came and attended our class. Make sure that you're really getting a solid foundation. And as difficult as it is to train a solid foundation in 3 days, our manual includes so much information. There's a lot of home study after our course. So we cover all the foundational information, phases, techniques and modalities. Everything is included in the manual.
That's fantastic. And do you offer any ongoing support once the students have left?
Absolutely, that's imperative. It's like you go and attend a class or a university and then you're just thrown out to the wolves. You know, this is not how we operate. We won't give up on you. You will give up on you before we give up on you. We stick to our students, we help them. Wow, we never stop helping them. We've had some that have remained students for years and years. And yeah, we believe in being a thorough support system for them. And whatever the question, whatever the issue is that they're facing, they're welcome to either call, SMS, email, WhatsApp us. We always get back to them. Even for like quick emergencies, they can always get hold of Bella. Bella herself has a whole lot of information. And for those who don't know, our lovely Bella is my personal assistant. And she does the medical piercings and lashes. She also is trained to do chemical peels. Is there anything I'm missing? So, Bella, that just gives her a little change from all the admin, and yeah, she's my right hand. But Bella is fabulous and will understand when students have a crisis, and she will get back to them immediately. Our support is beyond reproach, truly beyond reproach.
It's amazing that you offer that ongoing support, and that you share your expertise and your knowledge, and that you're so kind with your words and your support, and your sharing your knowledge with the students, with being in the permanent makeup industry for so long. So that's really great that you offer all of those. I just want to ask another question, more regarding the permanent makeup side. I've seen a lot of people not quite knowing the difference between micro shading and microblading. So if you can just just sum that up for everybody else that's listening out there, just the difference between microblading and microshading.
Sure. Sherry, microblading is to mimic hair. So those little strokes are placed very, very superficially, just deep enough so that those little tiny channels can look like hair. And the skin heals and closes over those tiny little channels, reflecting the light in such a way that the microbladed brows look like hair. That works fine on your lighter to mid-toned skins, but on your darker skins, those little tiny channels, no matter how dark the pigment, is not going to show once the melanin closes over the little channels. So in those instances, we prefer to do micro shading, whether it's done with a manual pen or the permanent makeup machine with a little nano needle. It's a powdery effect that the pigment is placed in such a way that it looks like pixelated, speckled powder, and you can build it up to be more prominent, darker, or you can sprinkle it so that it's got that sort of ombre effect.
Great, thank you for answering all the questions. I just want to know as well, there are a lot of permanent makeup artists out there. How can you, And what advice can you give to people about doing the correct research before choosing their permanent makeup artist? And there's a lot that goes into knowing and believing who you can trust in. I mean, permanent makeup is forever. So what advice can you give to anybody out there when they're doing their research to try to find the right permanent makeup artist?
It's a very good question, Sherry. It's such a good question. And it's such an emotive question as well, especially for people who are perfectionists. You know, we as a business, as a professional business, see so much bad work. And it breaks my heart because that's the industry that I love. And it's funny that you should ask that question today because I'm busy with a blog right now on how to conduct a consultation. And I've got a couple of little pointers here with me.
Oh,
so
great.
if you wouldn't mind,
Oh, sure.
and if my viewers wouldn't mind, I'd love to actually answer off my sheet because this is the blog that I'm busy with. So anyone considering having permanent makeup done should take it very seriously. After all, the cosmetic tattoo will be visible on your face forever. Make an appointment and do that prior to having a procedure done. We have done a video discussion to see what to look out for in your consultation as well. At the consultation, these are the things that you should check out. Number one, how clean are the premises? Do you walk in and see scuff marks on the floor? Do you come in and you feel it's dodge? Listen guys, if you are seeing these things, pick up your bag and go. There shouldn't be a speck of dust visible. Everything should be spotless. You should have a warm and welcoming feeling as you enter the premises. There shouldn't be, obviously, any dirty or filthy, messy things, and certainly no bloody tools or equipment lying around. Look for qualifications. And I said earlier, qualifications are not everything. You can have 1 million qualifications and still not have ever mastered anything. But look for those qualifications because anyone taking permanent makeup seriously would actually want and be driven enough to want to do training at least once a year to keep up with what's going on in the top echelons within the world. Many of us have had to travel internationally to attend these trainings. Every now and then we're very lucky that someone comes to South Africa, but yeah, it doesn't always happen that way. Most techs have paid a lot for and are very proud of training accomplishments. Therefore, we will have original certificates on display, and the best techs will, as I said, strive to train annually. Bella, would you like to just quickly pan on the certificate section over there while I continue talking? Check out the technician or the artist, him or herself. When I speak about her, it's just because it's mostly a female-dominated industry. But to the guys out there, we love you too. She should be neat and tidy with relatively perfect makeup on her own face. Well-groomed, her nails and hair should be well-groomed. No dirty, oily, messy hair with no makeup and crumpled clothing. What is she wearing, he or she wearing? Open sandals or closed shoes? A spotless jacket or pinafore? Is she welcoming, accommodating and sincere? Does she look you in the eye or can she not look you in the eye? Does she seem happy to share all and any information and answer all your questions? These are important things. Next, have a look at her trolley setup. Trolley must be spotless, and I mean spotless. Everything that's used during the permanent makeup procedure generally is fully disposable. And absolutely everything should be covered with an occlusive layer of plastic film. There shouldn't be smudges of color anywhere to be seen. A disposable clean cover should cover the entire top surface of the trolley, including all the items, under all the items that are set up on the trolley. The top of the trolley should not be filled with endless bottles of stuff. Only the items being used for the actual treatment should be on the top of that trolley. Certainly no big bottles of anything. No dirty, smudged or leaking items or bottles. The bed itself, the treatment bed, should be spotless with a fully disposable linen saver type covering on the top. Excellent and very bright lighting to be in that treatment room. The dirt bin should be spotlessly clean with a new bin liner to be in that bin. Sorry guys, we've got the phone ringing. This is a business, and please forgive us for the little interruptions and intrusions. So a new bin liner should be in that bin. No bad smells, obviously. And plastic occlusion on the mag lamp. Both the permanent makeup machine and the handpiece should be occluded. But basically, women, in particular women, we are blessed with intuition. It's a sense that I believe God has given us. And my biggest advice to you is go with your gut feel, that intuition, that little voice inside. It's either going to make you feel warm and fuzzy, or it's going to make you feel scared, frightened, and doubtful. So trust the intuition.
Great, that's very informative, and I must mention as well is that I've been here for my procedure, and it's everything that you say. Your practice is spotless, it's beautiful, you're beautiful.
You're making me blush, Sherry.
You really do just feel comfortable when you walk into your salon, and I'm sure anybody will have that gut feeling when they walk in here that they found the right permanent makeup artist.
Thank you.
My question is that it takes a lot to convince someone to walk into a permanent makeup practice. So they would have to do their research online first, and before they even go into somebody's practice. So before they take that step of walking into someone's practice, they're going to be doing their research online. So what are the things they need to look out for? I mean, I have even seen permanent makeup artists out there that are charging very, very minimal amounts for the permanent makeup procedure, and I've gone onto their page and I look at the before and after, and you can see you need to look out for their healed brows and their before and afters. And you must also be careful, because some people just take that picture straight from Google.
That's right.
They take it from other permanent makeup artists. So from your point of view, what do they need to look out for online, when they're researching for the right permanent makeup artist, before they even walk into someone's practice?
A lot can be done online. You will see we, for instance, put up interviews with clients. We ask them, how did you find the procedure? I never tell them what to say, obviously. I mean, that would really be seriously cheating, right? So when we put up videos of post-treatment clients, it's the raw thing, it's the raw deal. They always ask me, what do you want me to say? And I say, well, just say how you found the procedure, We certainly aren't going to coerce anyone into saying X, Y, or Z. They really just need to share their own experience. Look though, look at the pictures. From a distance, pictures look pretty. They should all have a similar look and feel. You will notice on our posts and our pages, for instance, that we have a certain finish to our pictures. Our before and after pictures have a similar lighting and a similar background, and it has our little logo and different things. You'll see when pictures are taken from here, there, and everywhere. Each one has their own style. More important than that, though, is to zoom in on the picture. So if you're thinking of having, say, microblading, microblading it's been a thing for quite some time now. If you're thinking of having microblading done, don't just look at the picture like from a distance, zoom in and look at the details in the picture. This is what you're going to be wearing on your face forever. It's really important. Look at how other people are talking about that artist. Look at, well, like I said, you know, if you can, try and get a free consultation. Even if you have to pay a nominal fee for a consultation, it's worth it to pay, I don't know, whatever people are charging for consultations these days, just to get that feeling and that level of comfort to move forward or not.
Mm-hmm. But you offer free consultations before your procedure.
We do. I don't know how much longer we're going to be doing free consultations, or if we will convert that to charged. We'll see. I can tell you that it becomes very irritating when people disrespect my time. This is a business. It's a professional business that we're running. And lots of people book consultations. And we do them free for a reason. We want people to come and look.
Yeah.
We want them to come and see, you know, the situation, the in situ situation, the professionalism, the cleanliness, the feeling, you know, the decor, the room itself, the pigments,
You want to invite
anything.
them.
Absolutely. I want them to feel very free to come and actually talk to me. And I'm very, very happy to share any information. So that's why we do them free. But people don't rock up for those consultations. And we set aside time in the diary for those where we could actually be doing another procedure. So guys, please respect that.
Very good point. Okay, I think that's all the questions that I have for today. If you haven't seen the video live, then maybe you can come on a bit later and ask questions. I'm sure you'll be available to answer any questions at any time.
Yes, totally. And we welcome you to give us a call. Please take advantage of the free consultation. Come and have a chat. If you have any questions, pop them down below, or give us a call, or pop an email through. We'd love to answer your questions. And anything from your side, Bella?
No. But if you'd like to give us a call on 011-704-3086, we are more than happy to assist you with anything.
Hugs and kisses from all of us. Mwah.